You mean to tell me that Meet Kevin was wrong on his forecast about the 2021 housing crisis? Get ready because we have a showdown for the ages. Because in this video we have two opposing point of views between two big wigs in the world of real estate. We have Ken McElroy's take on the future outlook of housing prices and how he disagrees with some of the viewpoints that Meet Kevin expressed in a similar video. Before we go into detail, I have to give you guys a little bit of background. In the red corner, we have Meet Kevin. He invests in mostly single-family resident homes. He's very young. He's also a very successful real estate agent in Ventura County, California. Definitely a trailblazer. He's very successful and he's on a run right now. He's got a lot of momentum and he's built a lot of knowledge, and I love watching him and getting information from him. In the blue corner, we have Ken McElroy, and his investing strategy is mainly buying multi-unit buildings and profiting off of their cash flow. He wrote the book, The ABCs of Property Management, which is a great book. I would strongly suggest that you guys buy it. It's very much how to relate with people because that's what property management is. He also has a new book out to advise people on buying their first rental property. I haven't got my hands on it yet, but I'm going to very soon, and I suggest that you guys do too. I'm sure it'll be a great book. This guy really knows his stuff. Disclaimer, this video is not about is so-and-so right and is so-and-so wrong. I'm simply weighing both of these differing opinions and I'm bringing them to you, comparing and contrasting, and I give a little bit of my input at the end of the video. All I ask is that you guys don't forget to vote in this upcoming election. That's right, you guys. I'm very busy. I don't have a lot of free time, and the traffic here in Los Angeles is horrible, so I'm so excited I got my mail-in ballot today, and it doesn't matter who you vote for, guys. Just make sure you vote and your opinion is heard. Also, don't forget to hit the like button too. That'd be pretty good too. Let's start off with Ken McElroy's point of view. To be fair, Ken McElroy started off by applauding Kevin and saying that he really liked his video. However, he feels that there are a few details that Kevin passed over. First of all, Ken McElroy mentioned mortgage delinquencies. This is when people haven't paid their mortgage in 30 days or more. We have a lot of those right now. To be a little more detailed, we have 4 million mortgage delinquencies that are over 90 days past due across this country. Ken mentions that this is more than a 1.8 million increase from before the illness. Now on to evictions. Ken mentioned that there are 30 to 40 million people in this country that are at risk of eviction. Before this illness, we already had high rents, which led to a housing crisis, which very populated areas like Los Angeles and San Francisco have been filling for a long time. Ken mentioned that we have been needing new housing for about 3 years to fight this shortage, and that upcoming foreclosures that are a strong possibility can increase this problem and increase housing inventory, which will drive prices down. Also, we have low inventory because of uncertainty. Ever since the shutdown and this illness began, people don't want to move who may have otherwise moved because they're afraid to. They don't know what's going to happen financially. Also, they don't even know if it's safe to move because you might become exposed to other people. I mentioned a similar thing in my video right here. He also mentioned, and we saw, that the shutdown was a huge catalyst for pent-up inventory, and we saw the prices of homes aggressively increase from May to July. Similarly to what I mentioned in my video, Ken mentioned that mortgages will be due in 2021, most likely kicking the can down the road, and we're just simply going to run into these problems of evictions and foreclosures in the future. He said that mortgage forbearance, where people agree to hold off from paying their mortgage with the bank, is just a temporary solution, and so is the eviction moratorium. So in contrary to this pent-up inventory, he believes that what will happen is these people who are unable to pay their rent will lead to foreclosures. When you don't pay the rent, somebody's hurting. It's not just that you're not paying the rent. Somebody who owns that property needs to pay a mortgage. They will fall behind, and that will lead to foreclosures, and these foreclosures will lead to homes for sale by the bank, which will lead to a huge inventory in the market, flooding the market and decreasing home prices. I reviewed Kevin's video as well, and he made some really good points that I haven't seen other places. He mentioned that tenants may very well be evicted through no fault of their own. They lost their job or they had a financial situation due to this illness. He also mentioned that there are 10 to 15 million eviction filings. However, he mentioned that not all of those evictions will definitely go through. Tenants may bargain with landlords and pay a decreased amount of rent until they can get back on their feet. Tenants can also borrow from other family members and friends and pay what they owe in full. Tenants who have an eviction notice may also just simply get a new job and be able to continue paying rent as before. Now, this was really interesting. I haven't heard this anywhere else. Kevin mentioned that the flood of evictions all happening at once will overload the courts. And he says that that's happening right now. So this overloading of the courts will make the eviction process much slower. This can buy time for tenants to figure something else out. This can also buy time for politicians to figure out some sort of rental assistance and to stop the eviction from happening altogether. Another very interesting thing that Kevin mentioned is that evictions paired with possible increases in interest rates plus panic selling can really flood the market, and that specifically can really decrease the prices of homes. However, he also mentioned that rental assistance on a mass level can stop evictions and possibly stop any major decrease in home prices in its tracks. Kevin also went on and he mentioned some very great tips. For example, if prices drop and you're in a position to invest in real estate, what to avoid when you buy a property in that situation. You really need to watch his full video to get that information. Well, there you have it. 2 points of views from 2 great real estate minds. Which side do you choose? On one side, you have the point of view that many small businesses will die, and this will lead to a massive loss in jobs. And that plus evictions and mortgages due as of 2021 will highly likely, if not definitely, lead to a massive flooding in the real estate inventory, and in turn will strongly decrease the prices of property. On the other hand, you have the point of view where there are multiple scenarios and there are many different ways that this can turn out. We can still definitely have evictions and foreclosures, but there are large resources from the government that can keep a lid on this, keeping real estate prices the same, or at least softening the blow so it doesn't all happen at once in a crash. Now for you guys, what do you think? Tell us in the comments down below. Are we definitely headed towards an imminent crash? Or are there different things that we could do to buy some time and figure out a solution? And if not completely stop a potential crash in its tracks, at least soften the blow as we get there. Thank you for watching, and if you found this information useful, a lot of things are changing, so don't forget to subscribe to keep getting videos and more information updates just like this. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, so every time I post a new video, and I'm going to be posting a lot because there's a lot coming out, you'll be notified and get it right away. And finally, if you want to see my opinion on what could possibly happen to housing prices in 2021, go ahead and click right here. I put that video right here. Thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate this. Stay healthy, and I'll see you at the end of the week.